Hello lovely brides and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner and owner of Bluebird Creative. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then make sure you do. Hit the bell, you'll be notified every week when a new video lands. Now, my channel is for the stylish bride, the bride that wants a laid-back luxury wedding, or the busy bride that needs a little bit of help. I'm here for you girls. I've got you. So this week, following on from last week's shall we not social media, this week we're talking about favours, shall we not. Let's dive in. So I'm noticing a new wave of brides and grooms at the moment. There's a new wave coming in that aren't going for favours. Now, where do you sit? Are you in the, hell yeah, I want the favours, or they're a waste of money, they get left behind, I'm just not doing it? Write in the comments below and let me know which side of the fence you're sitting on when it comes to favours. Oh, hello Husk. She's coming back. So let's talk about the pros and cons and why you may and why you may not have wedding favours. So first of all, wedding favours are a really nice way to thank your guests for coming. They can be a real personal touch to your wedding when you really think about it. So you can create something that is very personal to you and your fiance, something that means a lot to you or something that you enjoy doing. So for my own wedding, for example, we made our own chili jam. Now, I absolutely loved baking at the time. Now I have no time to bake, but back in the day, I loved baking, did it all the time, and we had a slight odd obsession with chilies, having been to Thailand a little while before, so we thought that was a great combination. We're big foodies, our guests were all big foodies, and it went down an absolute hit, and it was personal to us, and we actually still get requests for the chili jam, no joke. Clients of mine have done lots of different things. So I've had weddings where they've done sticks of rock because they've been married on the beach. I've had clients that haven't done any favours at all, and that, as I said, seems to be a growing trend. I have had clients that have had little biscuits made for their weddings. Food is always a winner because it gets eaten. We've had guests that have made their own sloe gin or limoncello. You do need to check that with your venue as a side note, but those are always fun because they get done in the evening reception. Nobody has to worry about them being left behind. So that is one of the reasons why you may decide to go for favours, because they are a nice gift and you can add your personality. You might not want to go for favours because, as we've mentioned, people forget them. They get left behind, and you might end up spending a small fortune on your favours, putting time and effort into thinking up something really personal and slightly creative and a little bit different to say what your friends have had, and they get left on the table or on the floor or kicked around. And I mean, you can't help but walk away thinking, why did I even bother? So I totally get why you might decide not to do it. I think my biggest piece of advice here is to come up with something that you know can be consumed, is edible, or that can be used on the evening. So think about adding your personality in. Think about something that's a little bit different that people would want to keep and that they don't want to forget or leave behind, that they're going to make a conscious effort of putting into their bag. Perhaps you could give them small hangover kits as their favours because they're definitely going to want to take that home with them. Perhaps you've baked something, perhaps you have cooked something, perhaps you're making a drink for them. Perhaps you are doing something that is a little bit eco and you are putting a little plant pot on the table for them to take home. That's always a really cute thing. Just bear in mind though, soil falling out in ladies' handbags. I don't know. Perhaps you can put seeds in a little bag and they can grow the love. You can make your guests mixtapes. Okay, nobody makes mixtapes anymore. I don't know, a USB with music, a playlist, whatever you want to do. Make it something personal and make it something that they are going to want to take home. If you do something that is not personal, it's more likely to be left behind or kicked accidentally on the floor. So from what we've discussed so far, which camp are we sitting in? Are we in the hell yeah or the hell no? I don't think either is right or wrong. There are no rules when it comes to wedding planning as far as I'm concerned. You do you. Remember, that is my motto. You do you. So work out, do you want to be spending money when they might not actually even be used or taken home? Or do you want to put some time in to think of something that they want to take home, that they want to use, and where you can really put your personality as a couple into what you're going to give them to say thank you? It's totally down to you. There is definitely a 50-50 with my clients nowadays. I'd love to know what you decide to do. Anyway, guys, I will be back next week with another wedding planning goodness video. Until then, I'll see you next week.